Let me describe a feeling I think you know really well. It's payday. Your account gets that deposit notification, and for just a second, you feel a wave of relief. Okay, I'm good. I've got money. Then, it starts to disappear. Rent, electric bill, that streaming service you forgot you subscribed to back in 2022, a few takeout orders because you were tired, a random impulse buy you felt you deserved because honestly, you've been working hard. And then, maybe 2 weeks later, maybe three, you check your balance and you're staring at a number that makes your stomach drop. You worked all month, you tried, and somehow you're back at zero. If that sounds familiar, I need you to hear this, and I need you to really let it land. You are not bad with money. You just haven't been taught the systems to control it. That's it. That's the whole story. You were never handed a playbook. Nobody sat you down at 16 and explained how compound interest works, or why tracking your spending changes your psychology, or why the way you think about money is more important than how much of it you earn. Today, we're fixing that. These are 8 tiny habits to reach financial freedom. Not massive overnight changes, not invest your entire salary in crypto advice. These are small, boring, powerful daily actions that when stacked together will compound into something that changes your life. Let's get into it. Habit number 1, daily money awareness. Here's the first habit, and it costs you nothing but 60 seconds a day. Every single day, I want you to track just one number, your total spending for that day. Not a full budget breakdown, not a spreadsheet, just one number. Today, I spent $47. That's it. Here's why this works on a psychological level. Most of us operate on autopilot with our money. We tap a card, click buy now, add a tip, and none of it feels real because we never stop to look at it. The money is invisible, and invisible behavior is uncontrollable behavior. Awareness always comes before control. When you start writing down one number every day, even just in your phone notes, something shifts. You start pausing before you spend. You start thinking, do I want this to be part of my number today? That tiny psychological speed bump is more powerful than any budgeting app you've ever downloaded. You can't manage what you can't see. Start seeing it. Habit number 2, learn the money language. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a conversation about money, investing, taxes, financial planning, and felt like everyone else was speaking a different language? That feeling of confusion leads directly to fear, and fear leads to one thing: delayed decisions. And delayed financial decisions are one of the most expensive things in the world. Here's the habit. Learn one money word per day. Just one. Open your phone, search what is net worth, read for 2 minutes. Tomorrow, what is compound growth? The day after, what is inflation and how does it affect savings? Words like inflation, compound growth, asset, liability, net worth, these aren't just vocabulary, they are power. When you understand the language of money, you stop feeling like an outsider in financial conversations. You stop nodding along pretending to understand. You start making decisions from a place of knowledge instead of confusion. One word every day. It takes less time than checking social media, and it will pay you back for the rest of your life. Habit number 3, pay yourself first, the 1% rule. Most people save what's left over after spending. That's the traditional method, and here's the honest truth about that method. It almost never works, because there's always something left to spend on. Flip it. Pay yourself first, before your bills, before your coffee run, before anything. The moment money hits your account, a portion of it goes directly to your savings or investment account. Even if it's just $5, even if it's just 1% of your income. Now I know what you're thinking. $5 isn't going to make me rich. You're right, it won't. Not immediately. But here's what $5 will do.
It will begin to build your identity as someone who values their future self. Every time you save first, regardless of the amount, you are casting a vote for the person you are becoming. You are telling yourself, my future matters. I am someone who prioritizes their financial security. That identity shift, that is worth more than the $5. Start at 1%. Once that feels normal, and it will, go to 2%, then 5%. The habit is what matters. The habit is what compounds. Habit number 4, the 24-hour rule for mindful spending. This one is a non-negotiable rule, and it has saved people thousands of dollars. For any non-essential purchase, clothes, gadgets, home decor, that course you found at 1 a.m., you must wait 24 hours before buying. That's it. Just wait. Here's the science behind it. When you see something you want, your brain releases dopamine. You're not making a financial decision at that point. You're riding an emotional wave. You're excited. You're convinced you need it. Give it 24 hours. Let the emotion fade. Let logic return. What you'll find most of the time is that the item doesn't look nearly as important the next day. The urge has passed. You've realized you already own 3 things just like it, or that the deal wasn't actually a deal. That 24-hour window is where mindless spending goes to die. And mindless spending, my friend, is where financial freedom goes to die. Protect your future self by slowing down your present self. Habit number 5, the daily bank account check. I know, looking at your bank account can cause real anxiety. I hear that. For many people, checking their balance feels like opening a door they'd rather keep shut, because sometimes the truth hurts. But here's what I need you to understand. The truth is what frees you. Habit number 5 is simple. Check your bank account every single day. No judgment, no shame, just a glance. Think of it like checking the weather before you leave the house. You're not emotionally attached to whether it's raining. You just want to know so you can dress appropriately. Checking your balance is the same thing. It's data. It's information. It helps you make smarter decisions for the rest of the day. People who avoid their accounts don't avoid their problems. They just face them later with less time to respond. Daily awareness keeps you in the driver's seat. It keeps you proactive instead of reactive. Check the number, breathe, plan. Habit number 6, curate a financial feed. Here's a question I want you to sit with. What are you feeding your mind every day? Because whether you realize it or not, your digital environment, that content you consume, the creators you follow, the podcasts playing in your earbuds, is actively shaping your beliefs about money. Habit number 6 is replace just 10 minutes of mindless scrolling with 10 minutes of financial education every day. A podcast episode, a YouTube video about investing basics, an article about how someone built a savings habit. It doesn't have to be complicated or intense. 10 minutes a day is 60 hours a year. 60 hours of money education will put you years ahead of where you are right now. Your mindset will shift. Your vocabulary will grow. Your decisions will change. All from a 10-minute daily swap. Your digital diet directly shapes your financial future. Curate it intentionally. Habit number 7, the weekly audit. Every Sunday night, or whatever night works for you, I want you to sit down for just 10 to 15 minutes and do one thing. Look at where your money went that week. Not with shame, not with self-criticism, with curiosity. Ask yourself 2 questions. What spending this week added real value to my life? And what spending caused stress, regret, or felt completely automatic? That's the whole audit. No complicated spreadsheets required. What this ritual does is create a feedback loop. You start to see patterns. You start to see that Monday lattes bring you genuine joy, but late-night online shopping always brings regret. That knowledge is gold, because you can't optimize a pattern you've never examined. The weekly audit turns you from someone money happens to into someone who directs their money. That's a different person entirely. That person is on their way to freedom. Habit number 8, long-term projection. The last habit is the most powerful of all because it changes how you make every single decision. Before a major purchase, before skipping a savings deposit, or before saying, I'll start next month, I want you to pause and ask yourself one question. What will this decision cost me in 5 years? Not just financially, mentally, emotionally, in terms of options. Because financial freedom isn't really about money, it's about options. It's the option to say no to a job that drains you, to take care of a sick parent without financial panic, to book the trip, start the business, take the risk.
Now, close your eyes for a second, or just imagine this. Your future self, 5 years from now. That version of you is calm, secure, not anxious about the first of the month. They have breathing room. They have choices. What decision can you make today that helps that person exist? That question will protect you from more bad financial decisions than any rule ever could. Zoom out. See the bigger picture. Choose your future self over your present impulse. Here's the truth that nobody talks about enough. Financial literacy is not about having more money. It's about trusting yourself with money. And trust is built slowly, through small, consistent actions, through boring daily habits, through showing up for your future self even on the days when it feels pointless. Success is hard until you build systems, and these 8 habits are your system. You don't need a massive salary jump. You don't need to win the lottery or suddenly discover a 6-figure side hustle. What you need is ruthless consistency with the small things. Track one number, learn one word, save 1% first, wait 24 hours, check the balance, feed your mind, audit the week, ask about your future. 8 tiny habits, that's it. That's the whole playbook. And here's my challenge to you right now. Pick one, just one, of these habits to start today. Not Monday, not next month, today. Because momentum doesn't build from plans, it builds from action. The version of you that is calm, secure, and financially free, they didn't get there from one big decision. They got there because of thousands of small ones. You're already closer than you think. Start today.